Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to the video. I hope your day is going great. Mine's been awesome. As you guys know, today was the day of the talk show. Me, Danteh, and Avast, we got it down. It was so fun, guys. We talked about every topic you could imagine in Overwatch League, from their Season 1 experiences to the off-season and what we expect going into Season 2, as well as a whole bunch of other amazing things. And it was all brought to you guys by BeLive.tv, an incredible streaming program that allows you to put on these awesome talk shows. So if you're looking to get into talk shows, check out BeLive.tv. BeLive TV is the reason you guys are able to come onto the talk show and ask Danteh, Avast, and all my other guests that are coming in the future any questions you want. So be sure to go drop a follow at twitch.tv BeLiveOfficial. Links will be down below in the description as well if you want to tune into next week. In the beginning of today's video, we are going to be taking a look at one of the discussions we had about Dafran joining Season 2. Avast and Danteh both chimed in a lot and told us what they thought would happen when Dafran joins Overwatch League next season. So let's go ahead and roll it, boys. Enjoy.
Okay, so we're getting a lot of spam in the chat about Dafran since we're talking about hit scans and new teams coming up. What is your guys' opinion on Dafran coming into the next season?
I'll let Avast go first because I know his opinion isn't
I don't like
the same as mine.
It's not the same. It's definitely not. I mean, Dafran was like the best before Corey now and like 100. Well, I guess he's not NA. So like, but pre Overwatch League, I would have said Dafran was the best Western hit scan player, if not potentially the best hit scan player in the world. Like, just like, if not DPS even, maybe not projectile, but like he's still pretty flexible.
Yeah.
And but the thing is that the meta's not the same anymore. He can't two-trick Soldier or Tracer. It's just not possible anymore. And teams have evolved, like especially the tank line have evolved, like where the ability to just sit on high ground has been punished like a lot more than it used to be. Because like back when Selfless was super, super dominant, Dafran would just sit on high ground and beam you from the fucking stratosphere. And since everyone was bad, they would be like, what do we do? The soldier's on high ground, and they would just run away. And so I think now people aren't that bad anymore. Like they've evolved like a lot, especially after this first season. And since Soldier and Tracer aren't like too trickable, that's really his hero pool is like more limited. Though I don't think he is still more flexible than he's let on. But more importantly than all of that, his mentality is like a giant thing in Overwatch League. Like so many teams, it wasn't necessarily super public, but like for a lot of teams, including Boston, including Valiant, including all sorts of teams that you wouldn't expect, even Houston, like mentality was like, and being in a bad mental state or having like a poor performance or whatever and a bad turnaround, like it is like one of the biggest factors in performance. And there's nothing wrong with having a mental illness. Like there's nothing wrong. There's plenty of people that function perfectly normal. But if you're in a situation where you might not have the support you need, and it's a very stressful environment like Dafran is, where he has a history of things like that, it would be really tough to have someone that could potentially be unreliable in that situation. And I think Brad has a very high opinion of him because of how hard he carried Selfless. Brad being the head coach of Atlanta, obviously. Yeah. Selfless Brad. But I don't necessarily know if he is up to the task of making sure that Dafran is in the mental state that he needs to be to play for like a whole season, especially when you're going to be losing a lot. Realistically, you will lose a lot more this season than you would the first season because the talent is more spread and there should be more people losing and not just dominating. So they're going to have to deal with losses and potentially maybe not being very good or potentially like doing really good and then losing, like, and that just adds extra mental like taxation to it.
I think like what you were saying, how Dafran like two-trick like Soldier Tracer, I kind of disagree. I think he's like really a fast learner. Like just looking at like his stream, even when he just plays like another hero for a really short time, like you can just tell that he'd be able to learn heroes really quick. And another thing that I want to reference is, remember, I don't remember what tournament it was, but on Ilios.
Yes, I know exactly what you're about to say.
Yeah, Selfless versus LG Evil. Selfless was about to lose, and then Dafran just randomly goes fair out of nowhere. Never played fair in his life, but then 1v2s Jake and Rob Pharaoh Mercy. And I think he's just like really talented and can learn basically anything if he puts his mind to it.
Yeah, I think he's more flexible than he's let on, but at the end of the day, it's still, I would say he's probably more comfortable towards like hit scan heroes than he is projectile. And also it's still, like I said, the bigger thing, I think, more than his talent, because his talent is there. I think he can play stuff. It's just his mental like flexibility and his capacity to like not tilt and not like have a bad day And if he has a bad day, it could really be bad. And so I don't know if Brad is up to the task of like ensuring that he will be functional within a high stress team environment.
Yeah, I think I think we all know Dafran has one of the highest skill ceilings in all of Overwatch. You know, if he's feeling it, he's really going to pop off. As Danteh just mentioned, that Pharah, I remember that. It was Elios. That was crazy. But he definitely has that skill ceiling. But also, Avast, you have a really good point with the mentality thing. If he does have a bad day or 2 bad days, it could end up snowballing into the whole season, right? And that's something that a lot of Overwatch League players had to deal with last season, was slumps and how to get out of slumps. And if you don't have the right mental support from your Overwatch League team, you're not going to get out of it, right? So it's a big question. I think that's the number one concern for Atlanta, making sure they have the support for the players, specifically like Dafran. So, yeah, it's definitely an interesting topic. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about some other big trades that happened. We have Fisher going over to Seoul Dynasty, Shadowburn soon. What do you guys think about all those trades? Do you think they're beneficial?
So as you guys can see, Avast and Danteh both had a lot to say about Dafran, and they're not quite in agreement about how they think he'll do next season. As you guys heard from the start, Avast, he had a really strong opinion about this, and he doesn't think Dafran is ready, or definitely thinks that Atlanta needs to be prepared to put up with his mental issues. And I definitely say that Avast has a respectable opinion on this due to being in the Overwatch League during Season 1, especially on a team like Boston Uprising, who went through a ton of drama. He definitely witnessed a lot of mental issues during Season 1. But then, of course, Danteh, somebody who has a lot of experience competing against Dafran in the past, as well as myself, which I also agree with him. Dafran was one of the best players, if not the best player in the entire world when he played for Selfless. So it's almost impossible to count him out even with his mental attitude issues in the past. If the circumstances are right, Dafran will pop off, and you know, there's no disagreeing with either of their opinions. I think they're both very solid, and to be honest, I'm just super excited to see Dafran in Season 2. Let me know down in the comments if you guys liked this portion of the video, and I mean, if you did, what are you doing? You have to tune into the talk show every single week on Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Go follow the Twitch channel. It's Be Live Official. Link will be down below in the description and in the comments. We didn't just talk about Dafran, guys. We discussed so many things, all the off-season stuff, from Soon going to Paris, Shadowburn, Hangzhou, Guangzhou, all of the Overwatch League new teams. We discussed how good they might be. Just like, there's so much, guys. You don't want to miss out on these talk shows. They're absolutely amazing. Go follow Be Live's Twitch and tune in next week because we do have Super coming in, and then the second guest is still to be determined. And also, if you guys want to get on yourselves and talk to Super and the other guests, all you have to do is follow my Twitter, follow my YouTube channel, and I'll ask you guys random questions, and whoever gets them right will get a chance to come on. Oh, and also, let me know down in the comments who you want to see on the show next week. We already have Super, as I said. I'm gonna ask OGE. I think he'd be very interested, but that's gonna be it for this part of the video, guys. Let's move on and take a look at these amazing clips. The first one's gonna be from Jjonak on a stream. He played Genji, and well, I mean, he just obliterated the enemy team. One of the sickest plays I've ever seen. Let's roll it.
나 진짜 거의 다 왔어.
아 제발.
나 좁아.
Wow, that's utter insanity. Jjonak not only a god at the Zenyatta, but he can also play that Genji. I mean, seriously, that's insane, guys. And this is coming from a guy who watches a lot of Genji player streams. I love watching Shadowburn. And this level of Genji play literally looks like Shadowburn, if not possibly even better. Jjonak is so damn good at Overwatch. It's incredible. And we also discussed Jjonak on the talk show earlier today with Avast and Danteh. I won't show you guys the clip because you gotta tune in to watch that stuff. But basically, we're discussing the South Korean 2019 World Cup team, and both Avast and Danteh both mentioned that it could be possible that Jjonak doesn't make it on the next year's South Korean World Cup team. And somebody Avast who was really hyped up on was Violet, which is going to be the San Francisco Shock's new Zenyatta player, and Badoshin was also brought up, and so many more. So that was an interesting topic, and again, if you guys want to hear all this stuff, you got to tune into the talk show. I mean, I could honestly go on and on about the stuff we talked about, but you got to tune in. Go follow Be Live on Twitch, link is down below. And now let's move on to the second clip. This one's coming from Prophet, yes, my boyfriend. He's just a flex god, guys. He's popping off on McCree now too. Roll the clip.
나 이번 때 파라 간다. 매택스 아낄 거야.
I was purpled at 3. Heal me, please.
파라 어딨냐?
뒤질 것 같아.
나 힐팩 먹고 올게. 뭐야 그냥 끝났는데? 미리 클랩. 그냥 맥크를 조져버렸냐? 예, 자, 뭘.
Padre. Girl.
Jeff Pickles.
What?
Jeff Pickles.
Jeff Pick.
Boys, that's 57% accuracy. That's absolutely insane. And also 64 eliminations on 3 rounds of control. What on God's earth are those stats? Prophet is so damn good at this game. And honestly, going into the next season, I feel like he's going to be an MVP candidate, and I feel like London Spitfire are probably going to win another championship. Unless somebody can step up and contest these guys, I don't see it happening. That is going to be it for the video though, guys. Let me know down below if you enjoyed it, if you tuned into the talk show. Awesome. It was amazing. I'm glad you guys were there and able to share the experience with me. Be sure to tune in next week. Go follow BeLive, follow me on YouTube. Drop that subscription, boys, if you want to stay updated on all Overwatch League content every single day. That's going to be it for me, though, guys. I'm out of here. Peace.